This is crossing certain boundaries in her actions. At this point, it's important to act decisively. But under no circumstances should you try to handle it through conversations like, this is wrong, you shouldn't behave this way, and so on. No, we always respond with our actions. Again, everyone wants to hear some kind of universal solution. I can't say exactly how we will respond. It depends on the situation, on what kind of reason she gave, whether we stated our position in advance or not, and how it looked, because in some cases it might be immediate and total ignoring. In some cases, we might just distance ourselves. In others, we might mirror her behavior. So here it really depends on the situation. Friends, when it comes to female manipulation, the topic is more than global. I will record a separate series of videos dedicated to each specific manipulation and what kind of feedback it's important for us to give. So in this video, I just gave a bit of general information, basically what we're left with in summary. The first point is that when a woman gets offended or blames you for something, that is already a destructive action in the relationship. She is now trying to bend you to her will. In other words, she's not trying to reach a consensus or resolution. This is an act where she's trying to make you submit. Got it? Second point, we don't give her what she wants. That is, we understand where all this is heading. We never give her what she wants. Otherwise, as a reward, she'll keep using all these manipulations. And as for provoking jealousy, it's one thing when she provokes us just to see our reaction, we don't care, we can even joke about it. But if it crosses the line, then punishment is inevitable. It has to be there. I also want to say that if, even in the early stages, a woman is already trying to manipulate you, yes, we can break her, yes, we can play along, sure, but just walk away from a girl like that right away. In other words, a problem will definitely arise. I remember one story about 7 years ago. So, about 7 years ago, which feels like quite a long time now, I had a date with a girl. Everything went well during that evening. We had a nice conversation, shared some laughs, and overall, it ended positively. After the date, we both went home separately, and for some reason, I just didn't text her at all. The next day, I get a message from her that says, I think we should stop seeing each other. You see, this is just an attempt to bluff, a kind of emotional tactic. She waited, got offended, and so on, probably feeling a bit hurt or ignored. What was my reaction to this message? None at all. I simply didn't respond. Good. About 10 minutes later, she writes again, I was just joking. I was curious how you'd react. At this point, when she starts behaving like this from the very beginning, this woman is not suitable for a relationship. We just send her packing, my friends. There's a certain type, the intrigue-loving woman. Her personal life is basically one big soap opera. Someone wants something from her, someone is chasing her, someone is trying to win her over, some exes are involved. They just won't leave her alone. They're courting her, giving her gifts, doing something all the time.